Hare Krishna devotees, continuing with Srila Prahlad's Stuti. Today is the last shloka, the 8th shloka of Śāyana Ārati, which we sing in our temple. Shloka number 28, chapter 9, canto 7. Evam janam nipatitam prabhavahi kupe.
Evam janam nipatitam prabhavahi kupe.
Kamabhikamam anuyaf prapatan prasangat.
Kamabhikamamanuya prapatan prasangat.
Kritvatmasat surarshina bhagavan grihitaha.
Kritvatmasat surarshina bhagavan gruhitaha.
Soham katham nu visruje tava bhritya sevam.
Soham katham nu visruje tava bhritya sevam.
So reading the translation and purport written by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. My dear Lord, O Supreme Personality of Godhead,
My dear Lord, O Supreme Personality of Godhead,
because of my association with material desires, one after another,
because of my association with the material desires, one after another,
I was gradually falling into a blind well full of snakes.
I was gradually falling into a blind well full of snakes,
Following the general populace.
following the general populace.
But your servant Narada Muni
But your servant Narada Muni
kindly accepted me as his disciple
kindly accepted me as his disciple
and instructed me how to achieve this transcendental position.
and instructed me how to achieve this transcendental position.
Therefore, my first duty is to serve him.
Therefore, my first duty is to serve him.
How could I leave his service?
How could I leave his service?
Prabhupada writes in the purport, as will be seen in later verses, even though Prahlad Maharaj was directly offered all the benedictions he may have desired, he refused to accept such offerings from the Supreme Personality of Godhead. On the contrary, he asked the Lord to engage him in the service of his servant, meaning the Lord's servant, Narada Muni. This is the symptom of a pure devotee. One should serve the spiritual master first. It is not that one should bypass the spiritual master and desire to serve the Supreme Lord. This is not the principle for a Vaishnava. Narottam Das Thakur says, Tandera Charana Sevi Bhakta Sane Vas. Janame Janame Hai Ei Abhilash. One should not be anxious to offer direct service to the Lord. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu advised that one become a servant of the servant of the servant of the Lord. Gopi bhartuf pada kamalayor dasa dasanudasaha. This is the process for approaching the Supreme Lord. The first service should be rendered to the spiritual master, so that by his mercy, one can approach the Supreme Personality of Godhead to render service. So, without spiritual master, you cannot get Krishna. Without Krishna, you cannot get spiritual master. But if you want to get closer to Krishna, you must first follow the instructions of Guru, get his association, and serve him very nicely. While teaching Rupa Goswami, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, Guru Krishna Prasade Pai Bhakti Lata Bhij. One can achieve the seed of devotional service by the mercy of the Guru, the spiritual master, and then by the mercy of Krishna. So both the mercy of spiritual master as well as Krishna is important in the life of a devotee. This is the secret of success. First, one should try to please the spiritual master, and then one should attempt to please the Supreme Personality of Godhead. That means, technically speaking, your devotional life doesn't begin until you accept a Guru. Until then, yes, your chanting will have benefits for sure, but until you have formally accepted Guru, taken Diksha, then you're in the mood to serve. then Krishna will listen to you more intently because your Guru Maharaj has introduced you to Krishna personally. So we should not take this lightly at all. The best way to please Krishna is to accept a spiritual master and to serve the spiritual master. We should not delay that unnecessarily. First, one should try to please the spiritual master, and then one should attempt to please the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says, Yasya prasadat bhagavat prasado. One should not attempt to please the Supreme Personality of Godhead by concoction. One must first be prepared to serve the spiritual master. And when one is qualified, is automatically offered the platform of direct service to the Lord. Therefore, Prahlad Maharaj proposed that he engage in the service of Narada Muni. He never proposed that he engage directly in the service of the Lord. This is the right conclusion. Imagine, the Lord is right there before you, and you're not asking for service to the Lord. What is Prahlad Maharaj saying? Please remind me that I'm supposed to serve my spiritual master, because it was my spiritual master who introduced me to you. So there is a transcendental debt that I owe my spiritual master because of what he has done for me. So how can I forget my spiritual master? My first duty is to serve my spiritual master. So Prabhupada is saying this is the right conclusion. Therefore, he said, Soham katham nu vrisrje tava bhritya sevam. How can I give up the service of my spiritual master who has favored me in such a way that I am now able to see you face to face? So Prahlad remembers that it was his spiritual master's mercy that has given him this wonderful opportunity, this causeless mercy of seeing the Lord face to face. Usually what we will do, we will look at the Lord and forget our spiritual master. Forget all the Vaishnavas who have ever helped us come to the path of Krishna consciousness. I was listening to a class by His Holiness Devamrita Swami Maharaj on this particular shloka, and he said, every opportunity we get, we should thank the Vaishnavas who have brought us to Krishna consciousness. Even if you're not able to physically thank them, every day mentally you should thank them. Those first set of people who brought you to the temple, who may have given you a book, who may have served you prasadam, who may have invited you, we must remember them and we must thank them, because they are also serving their Guru Maharaj, following their Guru's instructions, and have brought you to Krishna consciousness. So the Maharaj was saying very beautifully that Krishna consciousness is a festival of gratitude. A festival of gratitude. Every day we must express our gratitude to all the devotees, and of course our spiritual master who has picked us up from the gutter and put us at the lotus feet of Krishna. Therefore, Prahlad Maharaj is thinking, how can I give up the service of my spiritual master who has favored me in such a way that I am now able to see you face to face? Prahlad Maharaj prayed to the Lord that he might continue to engage in the service of the spiritual master, Narada Muni. So we can learn a few things from Prahlad Maharaj. When we go in front of the deity, we should thank the Lord for giving us our Guru, for giving us Srila Prabhupada, for giving us this wonderful Guru Parampara, for coming as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Ram in Kali Yuga to save all of us. So devotee Sangha is so important, and an opportunity to serve a pure devotee must not be passed. Of course, the pure devotee comes in the form of his spiritual master, who is literally the representative of the Lord. So Prahlad Maharaj is expressing his gratitude to his spiritual master. So devotee life means sadhu sangha. Only in sadhu sangha, Maharaj was saying, that our service becomes complete and mature. Without devotee association, your service will not achieve perfection. So continuously we have to be surrounded by devotees. So only in devotee association can you relish Harikatha. And in this way, we make progress. So the essence of the shloka is, first, I must please my spiritual master before I try to please the Supreme Lord. So one must serve a living Guru. And the only way the Supreme Personality of Godhead is going to pay any attention to you is if you're serving your spiritual master very nicely. So earlier, Prahlad Maharaj was saying, even if I possess all 12 qualities of a Brahmana, I'm of no use if I don't perform devotional service. No. So a devotee also thinks, why am I getting this mercy? A devotee knows that they are so fallen, but still somehow or the other, the Lord, out of his causeless mercy, the Guru, out of his causeless mercy, has benedicted you with Krishna consciousness. So Prahlad Maharaj is recognizing the causeless mercy of his spiritual master Narada Muni. Because of his Guru's mercy, he is face to face there with Nrsimhadev. And when he sees Nrsimhadev, he is reminded of his spiritual master and how he must continue to serve his spiritual master. He should never forget his spiritual master and what his spiritual master has done for him. This is the mood of an ideal devotee.
If you like our videos, please subscribe to our channel and turn on the bell notification. If you'd like to join our classes every day, please check the details in the description section of this video. We look forward to serving you.